Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of the Salad Survival Show, or maybe like Salad Guy Survives. Don't really know what I'm going to name it, but I'm your host, the Salad Guy, and we're here in the woods of Boonville, Mississippi, just to dox myself a little bit. That first little clip might be a little bit of indicative of the vibe going forward with what I'm going to be doing with this series, but I've been camping a lot, and I've been thinking, I need to record this because some of this is really fun and I see some really interesting things. So I kind of already had my camp set up here on this hill. You might be able to see it if I move back a little bit. But I'm kind of not liking this hill, so I'm thinking that maybe y'all can join me as I move my shit down to another spot down the hill that's a little less precarious and less, hammocks sitting on the ground. Because that was not fun last night. So this is kind of a cop-out Cheeto day where I am coming in on day 2 instead of walking out and doing, the walking by the camera as I'm coming into the woods. It's also not some crazy survival show yet because I'm still kind of beginning. I only really started coming out into the woods like a month or 2 ago, kind of pulling gear together here and there, trying to figure out what's not working, figure out what is working. And it's just kind of a journey, and I think it'd be nice if y'all join me along the way a little bit on our wacky little wilderness adventures. I guess most of it's going to be talking about the things that I like, which probably is going to be psychedelics, the woods, maybe some pop culture things. If something happens and I'm like, man, that was a really good movie or a book I read, then I'll probably do that. I'm also writing a book of my own, so maybe you want to check that out eventually, where I'll mention it. And just, general things that are, interesting me in the moment, because you got to keep yourself entertained out here, and there's really only so many sticks you can hit against a tree before you start being like, well, I've hit an oak stick into a pine tree and a pine stick into an oak tree. Maybe next we can try an elm, but eventually I'm going to run out of sticks and trees to hit. So we got to find something else to keep us, busy out here. I think I'm going to be uploading mainly to YouTube going forward. I don't really have a schedule in mind. I know at least I want to have a camping trip once a month because that is the deadline for what I want to be able to develop my skill set, getting out there, experiencing life. Because really, I just spent a lot of time sitting at home jerking off, playing Overwatch, doing nothing really interesting, and I figured it's about time I changed that to be the change that you want to see in the world. Maybe I'll end up like one of those super self-help people, like, you can do it! You can do it! Even though I'm like one of the most chronically depressed people on this planet. Let's, I guess, get started. I'm going to be moving around a little bit. The plan right now is I'm going to take my gear down to the other spot and I'll record a little vista of like what that area looks like. And then maybe I'm going to do this. I'm not going to fold it up. I thought about packing everything up. I'm not going to lie. I was about to do y'all real dirty. Pack everything up and just act like it was my first night out here. Like, oh yeah, I finally found my way out into the woods. But nah, I'm just going to keep it real right now. So we're going to work on doing that. And hopefully get something set up before the freaking I'm going to have to get rid of that one. But I'm going to hope I'm going to be able to get there before the sun starts setting. It's only like 100, 200 feet away, but the sun sets fast and I'm really slow when it comes to setting up my camp. Just cuz I'm on my time out here. My time. But yeah, so let's get a couple shots of So, no fun little thing here. I actually ended up tying this to a tree instead of doing it like straight into the ground because I didn't really find it working out too well with the peg, and this was literally the perfect height for where I was going to put it. So I ended up doing this. I don't even know what this knot is called. It slides back and forth, but if I pull it this way, it stays tight. So if anyone knows what that knot is, that'd be pretty interesting to know. I'll probably show it off later. It's what I use for like everything. But let me show off my spot a little bit. So basically, this is why, like, this huge slope that was coming up, and I thought it was pretty cool to, like, look out into the forest out in there. But the reason I'm wanting to change is if I go up behind here, you know, you can see already how low that is to the ground. And while I was sleeping in it, I'm a big boy. Let's just get that out the way. I'm working on it. But I was touching the ground and chopped that tree down actually with this knife. Would you believe it? It's a kitchen. You know what? I'll show it later because I can't seem to get it to work. But basically, I was touching the ground. It wasn't really fun. It was annoying the ever-loving crap out of me because hearing that in my ear was like ridiculous. So we're going to be moving down somewhere where it's a little bit more stable and normal. I need to stop looking at myself. I'm the most self-obsessed person in the world. Got to look at you guys and ladies and aliens. And probably more likely AI, to be honest, nowadays. But let's get this going! Alright, I just shoved all my gear in my bag, minus this. I'm just going to take all this, untie it, and then just kind of fold it up maybe, instead of packing it and walking it. Just going to carry it as is down to the spot. And in the meantime, I'm going to do like a cool little sped up, like, run through the woods or something, like I'm like the Flash. Oh. But I just want to show y'all as I'm walking up to my camp exactly why I chose this spot, if I can find it. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Crazy. Oh, nope, here it is. Just in the nick of time. Because I was walking, I was like, man, I can't find anywhere in here that I really, truly like. And then I look, and it was like the universe was like, dude, right here. So this is the spot I've chosen. The wind has blown this tree like completely over if the sun would stop blinding us. And then it leads into this perfect little defilade here. Got my laptop and everything. Plenty of dry wood right there. So I'm going to string up my hammock right here to here and maybe have some area around here for a fire. Maybe back that way. But this is what we've got. Or however that's supposed to happen. I'll probably edit that somehow and make it look creative and... Oh, the sun! Ah! Okay. Sorry, I had to catch my breath. The sun just blinded me. Why would it do that? Why is it so mean to me, bro? Anyways, so I got my stuff here. I'm going to set my stuff up maybe like right here so you can watch, you know. I understand the camping video meta. Like, maybe I need to maintain consistency. Use my right arm that way, or I could just flip it in post and nobody would know the difference. Actually, that'd be really funny, but it'd only be funny to me. And I don't like jokes that are just funny to me. Is laughing alone is like crying. Anyway, so we're gonna get right to this. So I'm gonna do a little time lapse thing. I might set y'all up like right over here, and then y'all can watch me. So you sit right there and enjoy your sped up camping slop, okay? You stay right there. All right, and I think this is yeah, I think there's enough room for you to see me. Woo, let's start. You're really upset if a spider got on me. Too low, way too low. Pick up my mullet. check out my mullet. I wish I could say I was acting out for the camera, and maybe I am a little bit, just because I'm excited and nervous, but it's just how I am, dude. Something's wrong with me. The internet loves a lolcow. Hello, my name is Christian, actually. Don't want to stop cursing because I feel like it's kind of lame to stop cursing because it's like it's human expression. I'm making something for adults like me. I'm 25 years old in case anyone didn't know, and it's like I don't want to have to put on a soap filter for myself. Now obviously there's a difference. Like there's a point where if you're just like has-been hotel out here like freak, you probably should like, yo bro, chill out. But the occasional F word, I don't think there's anything wrong with that if you're an adult watching. I think we'll be fine with that. Like I said, it's not supposed to rain tonight, so I'm not too worried about getting wet. My real issue is there's a lot of limbs above me, and I think this tree might be dead. I'm trying not to be dead with it if it decides to drop like a 7-ton limb. Actually, I'm literally looking at one. Oh no. Oh, that could be fun. I hope that doesn't go straight. That would be crazy. There's like a limb right up there. I don't know if you can see it. Like, which one is it? You can see it on this tree. This one that my stuff is attached to. Go all the way up. It's like a spike. Thing's gonna impale me. That would be crazy. That would be the most insane video ever. YouTuber dies on first video getting impaled. I realize I can kind of just keep it rolling actually, because you aren't gonna know the difference. I pause it over and over. There we go. Instead of leaving y'all here, 17 minutes, we got some pretty good recording time this time around. It's actually my first time with this haircut. Kind of looks like crap, I think, to some degree, but I'm gonna set y'all right here. Yeah, y'all can see me. Hell yeah. Oh, there's spiders everywhere, bro. There we go. See, I usually get these, like lines. I don't know if that's good or bad. Or if it's better to have them like... I also think there's a bunch of poison ivy on the ground right here. Hilarious. Wonderful. Wonderful spot. I went from a spot that didn't have poison ivy. But, yeah, this guy named Dave. I was, about to go to DeSoto National Forest. Let me get a little closer to the camera for story time. Whoa. Yeah, so I was going down to DeSoto National Forest was the plan, but then I kept getting this weird feeling. I was like, I should not do that. And I got like real paranoid because the trail I was going to go in is like a straight in, straight out. And it was my first camping trip, supposed to be alone. And I was real scared because like, what if someone starts following me? Then what? I got to turn around eventually and face them. But so I chose another trail, the Conecuh National Forest Trail, and I realized it's a loop. So even if something did happen or something came up, I could just keep walking and eventually get out. So I was feeling a lot better about that one for that reason. And keep in mind, this is a week after I had said, I need a battle buddy. And I go out and I'm walking down the trail. and I'm alone. I make about 3 miles, maybe less than that, to be honest, but I make some distance. And then I walk out into this area where it crosses a street, and where it crossed the street, there was the street, parking lot, trailhead, to kind of illustrate it. Maybe I'll throw a map up on the screen. That would be doxing the hell out of myself. I might not do that. But while I was coming down the trail, this guy approaches me, and he's like, hey, are we allowed to camp in here? And I was like, I don't know. Apparently we weren't, because it was still hunting season, but I figured, what are they going to do? Ask me to leave? What's the worst that happens? Is I get shot? I had an orange vest on anyways. I wasn't too worried. And I was like, they're not going to be walking behind the woods, to find us at this time of night. So I'm just going. And then Dave's like, man, like, mind if I join you? And for a lot of reasons, like, I'm crazy, I guess, for doing this. I was like, sure, man, like, stranger in the middle of the woods when the sun is setting and just approaches me. Yeah, you can join me on my camping trip. Which is hilarious, because my whole thing about not going to DeSoto was that I was scared someone might follow me, or I might get into some trouble with another person. And then here I am inviting someone else on with me after he kind of invited himself. But Dave's a really cool guy. Dave's one of the coolest people I think I have met. And he was like, yeah, man, I was here to meet my friend who, I'm not going to say his name. I don't know if I'm ready to dox myself. I might have already. But he was like, I'm here to meet my name. And I was like, oh. And he was like, oh, well, my friend bailed. So I was about to leave. And then I was like, oh, well, good news, because you still get to camp with the salad guy, because that's my name, too. So he was like, oh, that's funny. And then we walk, we start talking. He's like, I got a little surprise for us when we get to camp. And I'm thinking, this guy is going to kill me. Oh, my Lord. He's about to be like, I got a little surprise. Gah! And turns out it was night vision goggles. This guy brought night vision goggles, and I got to, sorry, my legs are getting, this guy had night vision goggles that he was, like, making himself. He, like, bought the housing, or he got the housing for free. And he was like, yeah, man, do you want to try some night vision goggles? So I got to go out and look at the sky for the first time. And it was like a spiritual experience. There's, like, 4 times as many stars as you think they are. And there's, like, out there, there's, like, no light pollution like there is in the city that I'm from. At this point, I should just dox myself. There's so many context clues. Like, figure it out. I don't care. Just don't harass me, please. Please. I'm just a guy. Maybe. But, yeah, no, so, got to see the stars, looking up at that. There's, like, way more satellites than you'd think. It's low-key kind of depressing. Because it's kind of cool, seeing them one, like, oh, look at the technology that we've got up in the space. And then you see, like, 40 of them. And it's like, geez, there's, like, some junk up there. It's real hard to, like, not notice them. And, yeah, that was the time I met Dave. Like, you'll see him probably next time, the next episode. He's really cool. I don't want to, like, say too much about him, because I don't know about his personal privacy or whatever, and the things he wants me talking about that we share in common. But yeah, so let's finish getting this we want. So, wow, I guess that's it. That's how easy it is to set up a hammock net. Takes 26 minutes if you're talking to yourself and really slow and lazy. And boop, I'll show y'all how to make a fire right now, or at least how I make my fires. Y'all can join me. I usually like making a fire even if I'm not doing anything with it, just for the night, because it helps me get that, like, I'm alone in the woods feeling out, because it makes me feel like I've kind of, stayed in my presence. First off, when it comes to making a fire, I have found wood choice matters so much. The difference between good dry wood or good fat wood, which is this wood that I think you can see here. I don't know if you can really tell with me shining my light directly at it, but it's got this sap. You can smell it. It smells very piney, right? Like, it's very fresh wood. These trees fell very recently after this big winter storm here in Mississippi. There's trees down everywhere, so I've been harvesting some fat wood from the downed trees to try to get what I can. But this is too big for me. I don't like fires that have anything. Don't fall. Thank you. Anyways, I don't like fires that have anything really bigger than my hand, right? Because I feel like they get too out of control, and my biggest fear is starting a forest fire. So instead, I like using my little saw. I grab it here, kind of angle it away from me. And this will show you like how good this Gerber saw works. Just like that. Like, see, this wood is still kind of green though. Oh, that smells very good though. But you can see that's very green, so that's going to be kind of smoky, I think. Dude, these trees are slamming into each other. This is crazy. It's when like Predator like swoops down on me and freaking kills me. But I like having small pieces like this. Just about hand size maybe. Don't make sure you don't get your thumb. So I like tucking it in kind of. And then I angle it away, get it in. Started good, because you don't want to cut yourself. And I'm not really applying much pressure here either. Like, and for a good thick piece of wood like that, to just really quickly be able to make it into really manageable blocks is awesome. And the second thing I like to do is I like to grab maybe some other like dead sticks. These I can just snap. And I like making a little raft so I keep it off the ground a little bit like that. You're going to want to have some of these smaller sticks to start the fire. You don't want to just start with random bullshit. See, I'm kind of looking around. You can already tell I'm kind of getting paranoid because this is only like my third time, I think, alone in the woods. When that sun starts setting, something changes. But y'all being here helped me. This helps me a lot, actually. So just stay task oriented. You know they're good sticks when they just snap like that and they don't have any leftover pieces. So I just kind of make a bunch of little. Some of these are a little bit thicker than I thought. I don't know how pine wood does, to be honest, compared. I think hardwood does a lot better than just any pine wood. See, this is still wet. See how it's not breaking cleanly. It's kind of grabbing on. That's an indicator. Also, it doesn't snap like right there. It kind of keeps bending out. So this is still kind of wet wood, but that's fine. That's not going to affect too much. But as far as like wood choice, I found like oak woods, hardwoods like burning good. Pine fat wood burns really good, but I will put the caveat here. This is something I realized, kind of like a survival tip that I learned is, if you go into woods that have been recently burned, there'll be all this wood everywhere on the ground. You'll be like, oh, this is great. Dry, dead wood, but it won't catch fire. Now, I don't really know the purpose or why it doesn't catch fire, but it just doesn't. And my reasoning here is that the wood that is left over after a fire has something wrong with it or something with it where it just doesn't catch, right? Compared to, normal dry wood. Maybe it's got more sap or something. Also, pine bark does not like to burn at first, I have found. It just is very hard to get it started. And I'm doing a little 360. I gotta get used to the forest kind of being around me. I'm okay showing y'all that I'm a little scared, because I think it's important to be a little scared at first, and maybe if you see me being scared when y'all be like getting better at being out here alone. Like, because especially like right now, there's no one around me. There is no reason for me to be scared. No reason. There is no Wendigo or boogeyman. The scariest thing that could happen right now is a fucking limb falls on me and crushes me. So, another thing about, I guess, coming back to choice, birch bark is surprising. Like, you'll see here, I kind of really just need to lay it kind of flat, I think. I found having it like this. I've only used it one time, so we're going to see how good or bad this goes. And then you get your ferro rod. This is going to be one of my first times using strictly natural resources, not petroleum or anything. Scrape, maybe, there's probably a better way to do this. Scrape a bunch of it on there, though. Ooh. Get that shower. Especially on that, yeah, this big piece right here. Yeah, right, like that. Perfect. Then, I don't know if y'all can see it. Maybe y'all can see a little bit better like this. Well, this is what happens when you are bad at what you do and a little unprepared. I should have brought my my other stuff. So I'll be right back. I still have a lesson here in preparation. Yeah, so I wonder why this birchwood didn't want to catch as good as the last birchwood. Maybe it's too wet. That caught like immediately. Maybe it's this? I don't know. Birchwood catches very quickly though. And just put some of your sticks on there. In there. Look at that. I don't check out though. I don't know what it does. Put some more back in there. And some dead wood. There you go.
There's no way out. There never was. They lied to you. You just didn't know. How could you have? Just go back.
Damn, I think I just put it out. I think I choked it out. Okay. Well, back to square one then. Do this. Do that. Whoop. Yeah, I don't really know what the hell that one was about, but some of that pine straw on there maybe. It's a learning experience for all of us. What is this? Oh, glare. It's real pretty out here tonight. Yeah, I'm not a very brave individual. I get scared really easily. So all these like noises, I just invent monsters in my head, which I know is the issue. Just stop making monsters for yourself. And learn to chill out and enjoy the ambience, but it's like I just don't like being alone, I guess. Which I've always thought of myself as an introvert. Someone that doesn't really like people. Let me get on this side. Aw, dude, this lets me see what's coming up behind me. Whoop. I think I'm choking the fire. Really, I think it needs air. But these little sticks need to be there. It's very smoky. Woo. Not this. Dude, I hate that even more, bro. Yeah, I don't like being in the dark alone in the woods. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Well, there we go. That's a fire. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for the day. That's all I got. Just gonna put this stuff in. Might hop in my... Wow, this is starting to really kick up. Like, for someone who was having so much trouble like a few minutes ago. Like, this is definitely, maybe if I do this, it'll look cool. Nah, it's not really down enough. But, it'd be a great time to have like a little podcast right now and have someone to talk to. But, I will see y'all in the morning if I don't freak out. If anything happens, I'll make sure to record it so they can publish it before I die. Bye.
There's no escape. There's no way out. All you've heard are lies. There's no escape. There's no way out. All you've heard are lies. There's no escape. There's no way out. All you've heard are lies.